LEAC is a major issue on the islands, of course. Everyone's complaining about the expensive WAPA bills. So, is there a plan in place from the Virgin Islands government to decrease the LEAC?
It, um, I think we should put the LEAC in perspective. And it's not a very popular topic by any stretch of the imagination because it's the one requirement in terms of the price of utilities that affects everyone, irrespective of where you live on the island, irrespective of your income levels. It's universal as to how it's impacted. But we have to keep in mind, at least I hope we do, that the LEAC is a function not of anything that we especially do here. It's a function of world prices on oil, which we have no control over. And probably what makes it even more difficult for us is that the oil that we are priced on is called Brent oil, which is more international and much more expensive than the oil that's in the Midwest, which is what a lot more utilities are priced on. And the difference sometimes can be $10 to $15 a barrel. So first of all, so we're priced off a much more expensive product. Second, we're a small system. So someone will then say, well, if you are priced on oil, why didn't you get off of oil a long time ago? And that's a legitimate question. I think there are many answers to that, but I think clearly within the last several years, from the strategic plan that we've put together with Southern States, which was our Southern States Energy Board, which was done with WAPA, with Waste Management Authority, with Public Works, was that we would then come up with a plan that got us off, reduced our ability to be on oil by 60% by 2025. Waste Management Authority, WAPA, the Virgin Islands Energy Office, entered into a relationship with the National Renewable Lab, NREL, which has got us on a pathway towards there. So everything that we're doing with respect to the solar RFP that the utility has put out, the waste heat boilers that they've put out, the analysis they're looking at with respect to small-scale LNG, liquefied natural gas, is all to get us to reduce our reliance on the LEAC. And whatever we can do to do that, I think, to achieve that objective, we're doing. Even to the point of underwriting business loans to do retrofitting. We're looking at demand consumption. So all of that we're putting in place. Will it be done tomorrow? No. And that's hard for me to say because I understand the impact that it has on each of us personally, but also in terms of business attraction here and just quality of life. But I think that the authority and the government's trying to figure out how do we get there. And the community is upset. There's no doubt about that. And we're trying to manage how best to achieve it and be realistic as we're going down this course. And it even involves looking at Puerto Rico in terms of an interconnection. But our reliance on oil for so many years has put us there. But I have to also say at the same time, as a community, we've made several sort of decisions. We don't want coal. And that was a decision that's been expressly put out within the community. We don't want natural gas, pet coke, which was a byproduct of the refinery, which are two low-cost sources. And third, the waste to energy. So we have rejected, as a community, 3 possible fuel alternatives that would help fuel the utility that would be lower than the cost of oil. But from a policy perspective, from environmental concerns, those were decisions that the community has made. That will keep the cost higher because when you're looking at our cost at somewhere around 40 cents, 45 cents, and the U.S. at someplace around 6 cents, 12 cents. Remember, the majority of the U.S. is a function of being on a grid. They can interconnect each other, but a lot of it is also driven by coal.